Welcome back to my channel. I just had to make a video about this game. It's out soon. This is the demo for Shape of Dreams, a new roguelike game with some role-playing and action role-playing elements. It does warn you that it has flashing lights and bright colors, so if that's a problem for you, you might want to watch from behind the sofa. When I started playing, I was immediately struck by just how clearly everything was laid out, and, as you'll soon see, how flexible the systems are, and how easy it was to keep playing. For example, the skills in this game they're called memories, and when you get a new one, you can use it to replace any of your current ones, even your starting ones. So much flexibility. You can also instantly try it out, and then if you don't like it, switch right back, until you leave the map at least. In this way, most things are instantly reversible. You can also get gems to upgrade your skills, and again, you have the flexibility to use these gems on whichever skill, whichever memory you want to, and at any point swap them to alternative skills if you feel that they would work better there, or if you get new skills and they would work better on those new ones. The game that I feel like it's closest to is Hades, which I mean as great praise. There are definitely some similarities to Path of Exile too, but so far it really seems to be guiding players far more than Path of Exile has a reputation for, avoiding things like their infamous skill tree, for example. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure you could put a lot of time into working and reworking builds and combinations for some truly fearsome combos, fearsome damage, mobility, or survivability. Probably not to the extent that something like Path of Exile has, since it's more random, but again, if you've played Hades, I feel like Shape of Dreams has an excellent balance of being very, very easy to learn and understand, but hard to master. I also appreciated that there were flashes of humor in the tutorial, to perhaps try and put people in a good mood. I was personally offended though. I happened to be sneezing when they gave us the sneeze skill, and I'm telling you, totally useless is a bit of an insult. I mean, at least one damage. I mean, knocks back enemies, small chance of inflicting fever on yourself perhaps. I mean, let me tell you, sneezes are no joke. I've heard if you sneeze just right, you can break your own ribs. A couple of fun builds that I found include this one with the mage Yubar, whose dodge skill, by the way, has such a satisfying click. Searing Charge is what this build is based around. The first skill here. This skill is special because it resets its cooldown if it kills an enemy. And you can tailor your build so that first, it does a ton of damage, basically one-shotting and resetting the cooldown instantly if you kill a weak enemy. And second, making sure that your other skills are used on the tougher enemies. As soon as any enemies get weak enough to be killed, you can dash around so that they all die. This build was pretty weak against bosses though, or I could just suck at beating the bosses. I certainly haven't fought them enough to explain their attack patterns, much less maneuver around their attack patterns. But it does make sense that it's not great against super tough single monsters, because the cooldown will never reset when in a boss fight. Extremely satisfying to play against normal monsters though. The more, the better. This run was with the character Mist, a melee fighter, which is certainly a significant difference. Mist's ultimate ability, seems like it will be great against bosses. It gives extra attack speed, extra damage, and some lifesteal. If I can use it right, it might get me through. Although given its long cooldown and me saving it all the time, I've literally used it a few times in total, which will probably mean that when I do use it, it will look very similar to someone flailing around with a wet towel. Anyway, on this run, I found the skill Flaming Whip, whose cooldown resets when you cast a different memory. What I'm doing with it now could definitely be improved a lot more, probably by using several low cooldown memories. But I decided to just focus on a simple 1-2-1 combo to not overload my brain. Plus, if I manage to hit some monsters with the full 3-hit combo, they should all pretty much be at 1 HP or lower from that. I hesitate to call what I'm doing builds. I'm just putting together whatever I find, which seems to work and is fun. Every run I've done so far has felt fresh, and I've always felt like I'm discovering something new. There are so many things to unlock, the most obvious being the characters, who all have different playstyles and strengths, but are certainly similar enough that it isn't difficult to adjust when you switch between them after different rounds. There's a temptation to just play the strongest character all the time, but you do have to play them all to find out if there is a strongest character, who that might be, and maybe instead you'll find one that you enjoy playing. These kind of games can be hard or brutal, and this can cause people to struggle or give up. I haven't got very far through the dreams myself. I think I'm not actually sure how many levels there are in the demo, but there is progression outside of the runs that makes it feel very rewarding even when you lose. During your first few runs especially, you'll probably unlock a few new characters, and the gameplay is addictive enough that after one of my runs sadly ends, I want to go right back in and do it right, do it better. Or I've just unlocked a new character and I want to try them out. Or I've got a little more damage in an upgrade. That makes me feel like I will definitely have a better run this time. The Shape of Dreams demo is quite large, and I certainly haven't explored everything fully. Given how long ago the demo was released now, there could be an absolutely monster amount of content to enjoy when the game finally releases. When I inevitably die, Shape of Dreams definitely makes me want to come back to take another crack at the boss. I have a good set of skills, I just need to play it a bit better, and I will next time. I may well need to make a few more videos on Shape of Dreams in the future, as I hopefully get better at not dying. You can subscribe if you think that might be interesting, and if you liked this video, thank you. I will see you later.